Hello everyone, welcome to Lukmaan IAS. Today we are going to have the Hindu newspaper analysis dated 6th of February 2024. In today's newspaper analysis, we are going to understand the most important articles from the Hindu newspaper, and apart from this, we have included a mapping topic for discussion with you. So let us quickly see the list of articles that we are going to cover in today's analysis. So we are going to cover these articles. Along with the name of articles, we have also mentioned the syllabus reference from the UPSC point of view, and we have also listed the page number from the Hindu. So this is the first topic for the day. We are going to discuss this topic. Name of this topic is Kaladan Multimodal Transit Transport Project. Okay, so this is the official name of the Kaladan Multimodal Project. Okay, official name is Kaladan Multimodal Transit Transport Project. So what is this project all about? This particular project is a connectivity project between India and Myanmar, and not only this, like we want to connect the mainland India with the northeast India through Myanmar. Okay, so it's like we are going through another country. So we will understand about this particular project today. This project has been started by the government of India and like in collaboration with Myanmar way back in 2008. However, this project is facing, let's say, endless delays, and delays are because of multiple factors. One of the factors is there is lack of coordination between various departments in India and also in Myanmar, and other project is the other challenge is the security, let's say, challenges that are there in Myanmar. Okay, so Myanmar is undergoing through a civil unrest in their country, so that's why also this particular project is facing delays. So when we talk about this project, so this project actually connects, let's say, Kolkata with Aizawl in Mizoram. And this particular project initially, let's say, it goes through inland waterways. Then this is the shipping route. Okay, this is the shipping route. Apart from this, from here, Sitwe port, right? Again, there is a inland waterways in Myanmar itself, and through a river which is known as Kaladan River. Okay, through a river which is known as Kaladan River. So from Sitwe port to Palitwa, right? So it is connected, right? There is an inland water system through the Kaladan River, and after then from the Palitwa, it is going to go to Kalitwa and then Zorinpui and this Laung Lai and finally in Aizawl. So we can see that the project originates from India in Kolkata, then through, let's say, there is a route which is inland waterways route, and then there is a shipping route. Again, there is inland waterways route in Myanmar. Then there is a roadways. So it is, this particular project is connecting India with Myanmar and northeast India, right, through, let's say, roadways and through shipping routes. So it's a multimodal, because multiple modes of transportation are associated. Roadways and seaways, or let's say, shipping routes are associated. So that's why this is known as Kaladan Multimodal Project. Why this project has been halted? It is because of various reasons. Recently, one of the places, which is Palitwa, this particular place was captured, right, by the Three Brotherhoods Army in Myanmar. So we will discuss about this. And this Three Brotherhoods Army is actually backed by China. So we will discuss what are the issues associated with this when we take up that particular article. So as of now, we wanted to discuss about Kaladan Multimodal Transit Transport Project. So this is a multimodal project where multiple modes of transportation are associated. Why this project? So that we can transport the goods from one place to the other place, right, efficiently. This is the thing. And if we think of going through the, let's say, chicken snack over here, so that's going to create huge, let's say, burden on India, in the sense that, this is a very narrow route, and transporting huge amount of goods through this roadway will be very, let's say, costly for India. This is the thing. So with this, now let us move to see another image of the same project. So today, in today's newspaper, there has been another, let's say, article. There has been another image. So in this image, they have included two maps. This is map number 1 that I have discussed in the previous slide, and this is map number 2. In this map they have discussed about Paletwa, which is, let's say, a kind of province, right, in Myanmar, and this particular place has been taken controlled by three brotherhoods army. Okay, so we will discuss about which army under three brotherhoods. However, they have mentioned about that how this particular route will be connected. So here they have given a table also related to Kaladan multimodal transit transport project. So one of the route is from Kolkata to Sitwe. Okay, from Kolkata to Sitwe. So this is going to be a shipping route. Okay, so it is around 539 kilometer. Then second is Sitwe to Paletwa. Okay, from Sitwe to Paletwa, and this is through the Kaladan river itself. So it is going to use inland water transport. It is around 158 kilometers. Then we have from Paletwa to Indo-Myanmar border. In Myanmar, from Paletwa to Indo-Myanmar border. So it is going to be through roadways. It is around 110 kilometers. Apart from this, the fourth part, border to national highway number 54. This is Langtalai in India. This is through roadways. So like, from border areas to Langtalai in India, it is going to be 100 kilometer. So the thing is, in this particular map, they have also given the distance from here to here, from here to here, and finally from here to Langtalai, like that. Okay, so this is important. Alright, so all these connected places are mentioned in the images. In your free time, you can download this PDF from the description of the YouTube video, and then you can refer to it once again. That will help you to, let's say, understand this map properly, and in the prelims exam you will be able to use this map in a better manner, okay, to solve questions if a question comes from this topic. So then we came to the first article for discussion today. It says a critical view of sanitation miracle in rural India. So we are going to understand what is sanitation miracle in rural India, and we will understand a critical viewpoint of this, how, let's say, rural India is achieving sanitation, right? So we are going to understand some critiques related to this. Okay, so this article has been written by a professor from Institute of Rural Management in Gujarat. So we are going to discuss about this article. So this is going to be topic number 1 for the day. Name of this topic is A Critical View of the Sanitation Miracle. In rural India. So now this particular topic is important under GS paper 2 and also GS paper 3. Why GS paper 2? Because under GS paper 2 we will understand about social justice, means like what the government is doing to uplift the Indian society. Under GS paper 3 we will understand this topic from the perspective of inclusive development. Inclusive development means development of all, right, including the remote parts of the country and the people who are underprivileged, right, their development also included. So here when we talk about sanitation miracle, so we need to understand about some of the sanitation programs that the government of India has been running so far. Okay, sanitation programs that the government of India has been running so far. So in this article they have mentioned many such sanitation programs. Okay, I am going to name a few of those sanitation programs so that you can understand that what efforts has been taken by the government to improve the sanitation standard in India. So one of the program is Central Rural Sanitation Program. Okay, so this is known as Central Rural Sanitation Program. Central Rural Sanitation Program. So this program has been initiated by Government of India in 1986. Okay, Central Rural Sanitation Program, CRSP, and this is initiated in 1986 by Government of India. Apart from this, let us talk about another government program. Here they have mentioned about total sanitation campaign in 1999. Okay, total sanitation campaign (1999). Then came the next part of the sanitation program, which is known as Swachh Bharat Mission Gramin, right? Swachh Bharat Mission Gramin, SBMG. So this is another program, and from this we have moved to another program which is known as Open Defecation Free India. Okay, to make India open defecation free. Okay, open defecation free. In short, it is known as ODF. So the aim was to make India open defecation free by 2019. Okay, so these are some of the programs that are mentioned, and apart from this they have mentioned some statistics in this particular article. So when we talk about sanitation, right, so improving sanitation has been one of the key policy miracles in India, and sanitation is associated, right, access to water and sanitation is goal 6 of the sustainable development goal. So when we talk about sanitation as our topic, right, when we talk about sanitation as our topic, so it is goal, sustainable development goal 6, right, that says access to water and sanitation. Okay, access to water and sanitation. So Government of India has been running so many programs. However, if we take a critical look in these programs, so we will be able to understand what is the, let's say, impact of these programs on rural India. Has rural India actually transformed itself? Has the rural India benefited because of these programs? To understand that particular viewpoint, we need to understand that although we do have these programs, however, let's say, these programs have not been adopted by many Indian citizens. Why they have not adopted? It has, let's say, in this article they have mentioned about 2 problems. One of the problem is like these programs have not actually reached to all Indians, right? So like most of the Indian people have not got access to these programs, right? And second part is like even if some households have got access to these programs, they have not adopted these programs in their daily lifestyle. Why? It is because of some of the social norms. For example, when we talk about this, the open defecation free India, open defecation free means, let's say, if we talk about rural India, in rural India, most of the households do not have an inbuilt toilet, right? If they do not have a toilet in their house where they do go for defecation, they go to fields, they go to farmlands, and they, let's say, defecate in open spaces, which is, let's say, which has been proved through research papers that this is not a healthy practice that rural India does. And that's why Government of India has launched open defecation free scheme or open defecation free program. Under this, the Government of India is actually helping people to construct a toilet in their house. Government of India is either constructing the toilet in the houses of the rural people, or they are incentivizing them, or they are giving them money to construct a toilet, right, in their houses. Even after construction of toilets in the houses, many people have not started using it. Why? Because of one primary factor. Let's say I'm writing this is factor number 2 for our purpose. This is because of social, let's say, this is because of social aspects. What social aspects? So basically, let's say there is a household, this particular thing. In this household, there are many members, okay? Let's say this is a joint family. And joint family has a norm that all members of the family will not go to the same toilet. So even if, let's say, in a household there is a toilet, but the thing is, since social norms prohibit all people to go to the same toilet, so people do not go, right? People do not use it. Apart from this, the other problem of the open defecation free is, let's say, like, infrastructure has not been built. Okay, infrastructure has not been built in all houses. Okay, it has not been built in all houses. Which infrastructure? Toilet infrastructure has not been built on all houses. So this is other problem. So these problems are there, right? So in this article, basically the author has cited multiple studies. For example, one of the studies known as National Sample Survey Office survey. Okay, so like when we talk about the National Sample, NSSO has conducted a survey, and this survey is known as 69th round of survey. So 69th round of survey has talked about that around 59% of rural households had no access to a toilet. 4% of individuals who had access reported not using the facility. So here it says, number one, 59% households do not have toilets. Okay, so I am just writing no toilet. This is one thing. Then second factor is 4% of households do not use, right? 4% do not use the inbuilt toilet, and I have already talked about the reason why they do not use. Apart from this, in this article they have mentioned about various states in the country, Telangana, Gujarat, let's say, like, West Bengal. What is the status in those states they have mentioned. Apart from this, in this article they have mentioned National Annual Rural Sanitation Survey round 3. Okay, so what is that survey? I'm just writing the name of that survey so that, like, you can understand. National Annual Rural Sanitation Survey. National Annual Rural Sanitation Survey. Okay, National Rural Annual Sanitation Survey. So this particular survey shows 95% of rural population had toilet access in India. Okay, so, like, the data are also varying from different kind of surveys. So, like, there is lack of synergy. So, like, when we talk about Swachh Bharat Mission Gramin, the Gramin component that the government of India has, so it has not been able to, let's say, like, achieved open defecation free. Okay, it has not been able to achieve open defecation free India target. Okay, open defecation free target or ODF target by 2019. Apart from this, the government of India has come up with another thing which is known as ODF plus. So ODF plus means they want to achieve it by the year of 2024-25. But it is also highly likely that, like, government of India will be able to achieve it. So finally, in this article, author says that the government needs to identify the shortcomings in the existing programs. If it wants to transform India from open defecation free to open defecation free plus status by 2024-25. So what the government of India has to do? Government of India has to identify what are the challenges, right? What are the shortcomings in the existing programs, and then we need to, let's say, like, bridge those challenges. We need to, let's say, come up with measures to address those challenges. Only then we will be able to transform India from open defecation free to open defecation free plus by 2024-25. So with this, let us quickly move to another article. This is article number 2. So in this article, we will discuss about a state government, right? How that particular state government was able to achieve, let's say, was able to tackle malnutrition, right? Was able to achieve the nutritional standard in this state. So name of the article is An Uttar Pradesh Model to Tackle Malnutrition. So we will understand about the best practices that has been followed by Uttar Pradesh in this regard. So let us quickly understand why this topic is important. This topic is important under social justice part of GS paper 2. It is important under inclusive development part of GS paper 3 under Indian economy. So let us understand about this topic. This is topic number 2 for us for the day. Name of the topic is an Uttar Pradesh model to tackle malnutrition. An Uttar Pradesh model to tackle malnutrition. So let's discuss about this. As we discussed, this is important under GS paper 3 and also paper 2. GS paper 3 under inclusive development, okay, and under the heading of inclusive development, like that. It is important for GS paper 2 also. I have mentioned the syllabus part in the beginning, let's say in the slide itself. What you can do after this discussion, you can download this PDF from the description to learn little more about this particular topic. Alright. So here we need to understand that malnutrition, right? When we talk about malnutrition, so this is a very complex, this is a very complex topic to understand. Malnutrition means, like, you know, malnutrition can assume different forms. What it can do, it can assume different forms. What are different forms? Let's say, like, one of the form is undernutrition, right? Undernutrition. Other is can be, let's say, like, you know, other is, let's say, overnutrition, or we can say malnutrition in itself, right? These can be different forms. Apart from this, when we talk about malnutrition, who are the affected groups? Who are the people who are affected more, right? Affected groups or affected people. So affected groups include, number 1, it includes children. Number 2, it includes women, and other, let's say, people also, they are affected because of malnutrition. But women and children are the ones who are more affected because of malnutrition. We will discuss, right? So this is the thing. So we discussed about malnutrition, who are affected. So what happens if malnutrition happens to a woman during pregnancy, right? During pregnancy, if a woman is malnourished, so what will happen? It will increase the complicacy, right? Complicacy during the pregnancy, and complicacy will happen, right? Complicacy will happen for both of them, for the pregnant women or for the intended mother, and for the children, right? For the children also. Because if a woman is malnourished during her pregnancy period, so the thing is, this is possible that the child is underweight. If the child is underweight, in future, let's say, like, he is going to face developmental challenges. He can, let's say, like, either be stunted or maybe wasted. Okay, so there are two terms that we generally use. One of the term is stunted. Stunted means, let's say, like, you know, age is increasing, but this height is not increasing. Means with respect to age, height of the child is not increasing. That is known as stunted. Then there is another keyword that we use, which is known as wasted. Wasted means what happens? Height is increasing, right? Height is increasing for the child, but body weight is very less. right? What body weight is very less, means like body mass index of the child is very less. The child is very thin, right? Although he has height, but he is very thin. So that is also a kind of how malnutrition is, let's say like, is manifested in children. So the thing is, in this article, they are talking about an Uttar Pradesh model to tackle malnutrition. What the government of Uttar Pradesh has done. And in this regard, they have talked about a program which is known as Integrated Child Development Services. Okay. So what UP government has done, UP government has implemented, Integrated Child Development Services, okay, ICDS. So this Integrated Child Development Services is a kind of program under which, let's say like, they provide multiple benefits, not only to the children, but also to the pregnant mother, okay. So the thing is, in 2020, the Department of Women and Child Development and the Uttar Pradesh State Rural Livelihood Mission collaborated to set up a decentralized production of take care home rations. So here they are talking about that in the year of 2020, like various departments have coordinated with one another and they have focused on take home ration, right? Take home ration related things. And take home ration has been implemented by, here they have mentioned 204 self-help groups. What? 204 self-help groups. And these 204 self-help groups are working in 204 blocks in 43 districts. How many blocks they are working? They are working in 204 blocks in 43 districts in this state. And this particular program is being supported by United Nations Food and Agricultural Organization, okay. So United Nations Food and Agricultural Organization, and here they have mentioned about one specific department from the United Nations, and this particular department is World Food Program, okay, of the United Nations World Food Program, United Nations World Food Program, right? So United Nations World Food Program is assisting the UP government in achieving its nutritional target, right? To assist pregnant women, to help the children to get properly nourished. And so in this article they have mentioned about, let's say like, about 4,000 women have organized themselves into 204 self-help groups. How many women? 4,000 women have organized themselves into these many self-help groups, and this has strengthened this particular thing. And what kind of food grains are they distributing? They are distributing atta besan halwa, atta besan barfi, dalia moong dal khichdi and halwa. So these are the things that they are distributing, okay. So this aims to generate an additional income for 8,000 a month for each women who are working in these self-help groups. So here in this article, basically they have praised this particular scheme of the state government, which is being assisted or supported by the United Nations World Food Program, okay. So Integrated Child Development Services is being, let's say, supported by the United Nations World Food Program. So here they say that the community-based micro-enterprises led by women self-help groups produced fortified and nutritional foods as take-home ration through the Integrated Child Development Services Program, okay. So the food is being produced by the self-help groups of women, and they are producing the fortified and more nutritious food, and these are being provided as take-home rations to the women, right, and children in the rural areas and urban areas in Uttar Pradesh. And this has, let's say like, reduced the malnutrition challenges in the state of Uttar Pradesh. So with this, now let us move to another article. It says the road to a healthy democracy. So this is again a very important topic. This is going to be the topic number 3 for the day. The road to a healthy democracy. Here this particular topic is important under GS paper 2, and we are going to understand about India. So in this article they have not only discussed about democracy, but like they have also discussed about economic things associated with India. So when we talk about India, right? So India has aspirations to be a developed nation. Okay, it has aspiration to be a developed country by the year 2047. Why 2047 is important? Because 2047 will mark 100th year of independence. Okay, it will mark 100th year of independence of India, right? 100th year of independence. And why this is feasible, right? For India to achieve this target of being a developed country by 2047. It is feasible because of multiple factors. So here one of the factors that they have discussed in this article is demographic dividend. Okay, they have discussed about demographic dividend. So what do we mean by demographic dividend? Demographic dividend means out of the total population composition in India, let's say this is the population of India, significant population are in the working age group. So people who are from 15 to 60 years of age, right? So they are significant in numbers. So they are, let's say, working age people. And here they say like this produces an opportunity for India to grow at a faster rate. And this comes up with challenges also. So one thing is like it gives us an opportunity, right? It gives us an opportunity to grow India, right? For India to grow. And it comes up with challenge also. So what challenge? We're going to discuss about that challenge. So the thing is, we do have a large population who are in this particular age bracket. And we are going to have this demographic dividend by the year 2047 also. So the challenge is the working age people should be, number one, they should be skilled. Number two, they should be healthy, right? Number three, let's say like, they should achieve, let's say something for themselves during their lifetime, right? In terms of economic prosperity. Number one, their health should be good, okay? Their health should be good. Number two, they should be skilled also. If they are skilled, if they are healthy, so they are going to be productive workforce for the economy. So in this article, they say like we do have an advantage also and we do have a challenge as well. And what challenge? Presently, India is considered to be a diabetic capital of the world. India has assumed this particular title as, let's say, diabetic capital with 101 million diabetic patients and 136 million with pedia beds like that. So cardiovascular diseases are also rising in India. So these are some of the challenges from the health front or from the health part. However, in this article, the author has said that although we do have these challenges, but the thing is like, these challenges are being converted into opportunities. How they are being converted into opportunities? Basically, India has improved its health infrastructure. What India has done? India has improved its health infrastructure. And many people from across the world are coming to India because of medical value travel. Okay, they are coming they are traveling to India to get medical benefits. And India is a destination for medical value of travel because of many, let's say, achievements that Indian government and Indian healthcare sector has achieved. It is in the sector of oncology. Oncology means cancer treatment. Okay. It is in the field of, let's say, cardiology. Cardiology means heart related ailments. It is in the field of other kind of diseases. So the thing is, Government of India has created good health infrastructure, and that's why people from nearby countries, including Middle East, people from, let's say, like, Southeast Asian countries, people from nearby countries are visiting India for getting treated. So we are adding value to the economy through the health facilities that we are providing to Indian citizens and also to the people who are coming for medical value travel to India. So author is saying that, like, this medical value travel in India is assisted by, right? Is assisted by, let's say, artificial intelligence. It is assisted by robotics, and it is assisted by machine learning, right? Machine learning, artificial intelligence, and robotics. They are also assisting the health sector in the country. Okay. So here, like, India has achieved a significant feat in cancer treatment, because we have also integrated proton beam therapy. What? Proton beam therapy, which is an advanced technology for treatment of cancer. So we do have this technology also. So finally, in this article, author says that it is in the realm of healthcare that we find the foundation for a healthier, more resilient and productive society. Okay, so it is very important for us to make sure that our working age population, the population that India has, the population should be healthy, okay? And only then we will be able to achieve a developed country by the year of 2047. So developed India means Viksit Bharat, okay? So in this article they have mentioned this term also, which is Viksit Bharat. Okay, Viksit Bharat is the Hindi translation of developed India, like that. So with this we will move to another article. As we discussed in the beginning, right, in the mapping section, so here we are talking about Myanmar's civil war and India's interest. So as we know, like, inside Myanmar there is a civil turmoil or civil war is happening. And why civil war is happening? It is because long back in February 2021, Myanmar's military has conducted a coup, which is, let's say, like, military has overthrown the democratically elected government of Aung San Suu Kyi. So after that, military has taken power in its hands, and it has put most of the political leaders into prison or house arrest. But like, these people have later on been released also, and these people have, let's say, regrouped themselves into different kind of forms or alliances. And there have been a military alliance also which is against the Myanmari military. This is known as Three Brotherhood Alliance. So in this article they have discussed about the Three Brotherhood Alliance also. And Three Brotherhood Alliance includes, let's say, includes Arakan Army, then it includes the various ethnic arms organization and People's Defense Forces. So basically in this article they have discussed that, like, because of internal civil war that is happening in Myanmar, the civil war is because people want to get power in Myanmar. The military is struggling to maintain its power, and the democratically elected government, which is in exile now, I mean, like, they are not in power. So they have regrouped over there. So the various ethnic groups have come in the forefront, and they are tussling with one another to gain power. So in this scenario, the thing is, like, one of India's project has got stalled, which is known as this project is known as Kaladan Multimodal Transit Transport Project. So Kaladan Multimodal Transit Transport Project, as we discussed earlier, is a kind of connectivity project between India, Myanmar and Northeast India. So this project, let's say, like, takes different routes: shipping route, inland shipping route, inland water transport, and also roadways. So from India, from Kolkata, we want to connect to Sitwe port, which is in Myanmar. From Sitwe to Palitwa through our inland waterway, right? And this is in the Kaladan river. And from here, like, it will go through the roadways. So in this map, they have mentioned what is the distance that each route covers. From Kolkata to Sitwe, it is 539 km. From Sitwe to Palitwa, which is through the inland waterway in the Kaladan river, it is about 158 km. Then we have from Palitwa to Indo-Myanmar border. it is a roadways 110 kilometer, and then from this particular place, right, and within India, right, it is 100 kilometer. Border to National Highway 54, Langtalai, okay, it is 100 kilometers. So the thing is, why this project has been halted? It is because of multiple reasons. So this project has been initially started in the year of 2008. So India has started this project with cooperation of Myanmar, but there has been, let's say, difficulties in cooperation between different ministries in India and in Myanmar. So that has led to delays in this project, and since 2021, it has been 3 years, it is 2024, that there has been an internal strife that is happening, right? So civil war is happening in Myanmar. That has also further stalled this particular project. So here they have mentioned, they have given 2 maps. We have discussed about this map. So here this is Arakan Army, which is Myanmar's National Democratic Alliance. So like we have discussed about all of it in the previous articles also. 3 Brotherhood Alliance, I mean, like, you know, which is fighting against the Myanmar military, and it is being seen that 3 Brotherhood Alliance, they have said that they are going to protect the Chinese infrastructure in Myanmar. It means China is somehow supporting the 3 Brotherhood Alliance. So that's also in news, right? So with this, let us now move to another article. This is, it says, do exams throttle India's education system? To understand this, let us quickly understand about education system in India. So education system, when we talk about a school education, one important part is 10th, other important part is 12th. So what happens when a student qualifies his 10th, right? So there is an outgoing examination. What? Outgoing examination, which is considered to be a board examination. And if a student qualifies the outgoing examination, only then he joins the higher education or further education. Once a student qualifies the 12th exam or board exam, only then he joins the further education. So the outgoing education system, this particular thing has been, let's say, like, you know, has been implemented in India long back during the Governor General's Council. So Governor General's Council has set up this particular system in 1904, and we are still following this particular system. But later on, what the government has done, the government of India has come up with some reform in this particular system. And what reforms? Basically, we have, under the Right to Education Act, we have introduced continuous and comprehensive evaluation system, which is known as CCE pattern. So under this CCE pattern, we have thought of doing away with the board level exams. Means board level exams were done away. So continuous and comprehensive evaluation means after every 3 months there will be evaluation of the students. But later on there have been protests, and Parliament of India, let's say, like, you know, there have been very protest, and so the thing is, Parliament of India has said that those states who want to bring back the board level examination, they can now bring back this particular thing. So this is a kind of discussion between a person from the Hindu and 2 people from the education sector. So they have said that this particular system of education puts enormous pressure on the minds of the children, and we do not exactly know how much learning output the children has because of the board level examination. So here they have said that, like, you know, the draft national education policy of 2019, so it has come up with an idea that we can shift to modular exams rather than one single exam. Okay, so related to this also, they have given, let's say, like, you know, multiple suggestions that, like, what can be the pros and cons of modular exams. So why it is being discussed? It is being discussed because of multiple factors. Number one, the number of students who are enrolled and the number of students who pass out, there is a huge gap between them, right? The second factor is that, like, you know, the grade 10th exam. So there have been many states that have not only included the board level exam at 10th and 12th standard, but many states have also proposed the idea of having board level exam at 5th standard and 8th standard also. Okay, so these are the things that are discussed in this article. So with this, let us now move to the last article for the day. This article is related to Indian economy. It says states welcome private investors but resist disinvestment. Okay, So in India, there are many states, right, that are encouraging the private investors to come to their state to invest in infrastructure projects, to invest in businesses in that state. However, there are many private investors who want to invest in those areas that are earlier or that have been earlier under the control of the state government. So the thing is, like, many state governments and even the central government of India are not, let's say, like, are not very happy in going for disinvestment, right? Are not happy for going in disinvestment. What do we mean by disinvestment? Let's consider that, like, there is central PSU, CPSU means, so there is public sector undertaking. It can be Gas Authority of India Limited, it can be National Thermal Power, like NTPC, National Thermal Power Corporation Limited. There can be many such PSUs. So generally these PSUs are under the control of the government because government has most of the investment in this. But when the government goes for disinvestment, the private players purchase the shares of these companies. And if private players have more than, let's say, 51% of share in these companies, so effectively the board of control goes to the private hands. So in this article they have said that, like, there have been many memorandum of understanding that have been signed between different private parties and state governments and also the central government. But the thing is, the governments are not willing to go for disinvestment. Okay, they resist disinvestment. So this particular report has been published by Deepam. Okay, so Deepam. So here they have discussed about the Shipping Corporation of India also. They have given many names of PSUs like Steel Authority of India Limited, Salem Steel Plant, and Deepam, which is known as Department of Investment and Public Asset Management. Okay, so its secretary has written this article. So that's all in this in today's newspaper analysis. Thank you so much everyone for attending today's session. I hope you have a good day ahead. Thank you.